Chanda Rubin became a professional tennis player in 1991. At the age of 15, and played on the WTA Tour for 16 years. She reached a career high ranking of number 6 in the world in singles and number 9 in the world of doubles. She won 7 WTA Tour singles titles and 10 doubles titles, including the Australian Open doubles title in 1996. Her competitive fire and work ethic gained her wins over many other top players like Jennifer Capriati, Gabriela Sabatini, Arantxa Sanchez, Martina Hingis, Amelie Mauresmo, Justine Henin, Lindsay Davenport, and Serena Williams. She has competed in record-setting matches, the most memorable being when she came back and won after being down 5-0 and then 40-0 in the third set against Yana Novotná at the French Open. Chanda was a member of the 1996 and 2004 U.S. Olympic team as well as U.S. Fed Cup team from 1995 through 1997, and from 1999 through 2004, helping the U.S. to take the title in 1999. She was also an accomplished junior player, winning the Wimbledon's girls singles title and rising to number 2 in the world junior rankings in 1992. She has won various awards for her accomplishments on the court and for her work with numerous charities. She was inducted into the Southern Tennis Hall of Fame, in 2009, the Louisiana Tennis Hall of Fame in 2012, and the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame in 2013. Although she became a professional as a junior in high school, one of Chanda's fondest memories is of staying in school and graduating with her class. Currently, Chanda works as a broadcast analyst for Tennis Channel, as well as being a real estate professional and motivational speaker. And I was so happy when Chanda hit that booth. I've had a lot of problems over the years with what has come out of mouths about players. Chanda's a very professional woman. She does a wonderful job, and she stays focused on what she come across that out of that booth, and that's the game on the court, nothing else. Yes. Chanda sits on and has served 3 terms as a director at large on the USTA Board of Directors, as well as terms on the USTA International Committee and the ITF Juniors Committee. She has a degree from Harvard University Extension School in the field of economics with a minor in finance. Chanda, would you come up?
Thank you so much. Sheila, that was wonderful. It seemed like a lot. I didn't think I did that much when you read it like that. But I've had an unbelievable career, and like most of us who pick up the sport, get involved in tennis, we do it because we love the game. We do it because maybe people that we've loved, people who have been influential to us, introduced us to the sport, encouraged us to play. And that was certainly the case with me. My parents first introduced me to the sport. And I have 5 minutes, I will say. This is probably one of the few times I haven't prepared any speech. I try to stick to the 5 minutes, but it was just so important for me to be here today. I've got a crazy schedule with the Tennis Channel commitments, which I'm absolutely loving and enjoying, continuing to be a really thriving part of the game, continuing to grow in a different way, and speaking about the game from a different side. So I'm thoroughly enjoying that. It's created a crazy schedule for me, which is why I have to leave early. I actually have to catch a flight tonight, pick up my daughter, and then go to LA in the morning, tomorrow morning for a commitment. So I just wanted everyone here to understand, though, how important it was and is for me to be here, and how thrilled I am to be among so many other great players and people who have been an instrumental part in this sport. One of the things I did when I first learned about being inducted was I went onto the Black Tennis Hall of Fame website, and I Googled all of the inductees from 2008, first class of inductees, read all of the history, their bios, and it was just fascinating. And I think that is so important that we continue to celebrate that history, because a lot of players, young players, they don't know it. They're not taught it. My coach, Benny Sims, who's also an inductee today, he was one of the few people in my life that pushed the history of the game, let me know about it, would tell me about people who I would meet, what they did, what they accomplished, their role in the sport. And I learned so much from him, apart from him being my coach for 10 years and helping me with a lot of those wins that Sheila mentioned. But it was the understanding of where you are, your place in the sport. And a lot of young players don't have that. And so we've just got to keep pushing. We've got to keep learning. I think as a young person myself, relatively speaking, to the younger generations, to keep putting that out there. And part of it for me was being here in person, accepting this award, and thanking each and every one of the board of directors, Dale Caldwell for his vision in creating the Black Tennis Hall of Fame, and all of the board, all of the staff. I know each of you just about in person, and I have for many years, so I truly appreciate this honor. And I will say, for me, it's about celebrating not only us individually, but celebrating what it took to get here. I was remembering about a month ago, I had an event, and I was just remembering, Arthur Ashe, who I had the chance to meet when I was 9 years old, 10 years old. I knew the significance of what he had done, but I didn't fully understand everything that he had done and everything he had accomplished in the sport and done for the sport until I was a little bit older. Althea Gibson, I never had the chance to meet Althea, but I always felt like I knew her a bit, had a bit of a connection to her through Zena Garrison, who I first hit with when I was 15 years old. She, John Wilkinson, brought me to Houston, took me under their wing. It was a tremendous experience. And so over the years, I just clung to that. She was a mentor. She's a person I practiced with. But she would tell me stories about Althea. And she would say, Althea's been watching. Althea, it's really, loving what you're doing. And even though I didn't have the chance to meet her, I felt that connection. So many players, from Zena to Lori McNeil to Katrina Adams, players who I got a chance to interact with when I started playing, who made me feel just a little less alone, a little bit more part of a group, a little bit more of a connection. Players that when I was kind of going through something that most couldn't understand, I need a hairdresser. I need, I've been in Europe for 4 weeks. I need a relaxer. Where can I go? Little things that you kind of take for granted. But most players have that, and as players of color, we don't always have that because often we're one of the few, or we're one of the only ones in any group, any setting. So I have always appreciated that connection. I've always appreciated people in my life who have helped me to understand that history. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to, keep trying to learn and grow and convey that information, that knowledge. Continue to do things the way I do it, but I'm constantly evolving in terms of my voice and what I feel is important, and I'm going to continue to do so. Thank you again for this honor, this tremendous day, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of the program for as long as I can, but again, thank you so much.